Hi, my name is Kurt, and I'm an instructor with the MSCR fitness program. And this class is Hatha Yoga, and it is a fairly challenging class to work on strength, flexibility, and awareness. So we'll start at the front of your mat, standing in what's called the mountain position, where your feet are parallel, your thighs are parallel. Good, a little bend in your knees, and getting a sense that it feels like you're centering the weight, what we call the center of your foot, between the heel and the ball of the foot here. So the heel and the ball of the foot roughly have the same weight. And also with a little bend in the knees, you want to start then to feel that the core of your body is upright. So pelvis, rib cage, head are upright. And the arms then feel like they can just relax down away from the ears, like they're resting on top of the rib cage, and the arm is hanging at the side of the body. And again, this is called the mountain position, and we'll refer to this alignment in other movements we do, as you'll see. All right, from here, let's take the feet apart to a wide leg stance, where the feet are parallel again. A little bend in the knees so the weight's balanced on the feet. And this is going to be our little transition to the floor. And while doing that, we're going to practice making a couple strong bends in a wide leg stance. So to give you an image to work with here, we're going to pretend there's a nice 30-pound rock sitting on the ground between your feet. And we're going to practice lifting that and then coming back down a few times. So as you bend the knees forward, also give a nice press back through the sitting bones, so you have a nice clear bend at the hips. Also a press gently forward through the head. So between the press through the sitting bones and the press forward through the head, it feels like you're extending the core of your body. So your spine is nice and long, the legs are strong, a good press into the soles of the feet, and push the core of your body right back up. And one more time, bending the knees forward, a nice press back through the sitting bones, press forward through the head so the core is nice and long. And now we've come down over that imaginary 30-pound rock. So as you reach down and grab that rock, hopefully the shoulder blades are on the back. There's plenty of bend in the elbows, plenty of bend in the knees. And then press strongly into the feet again and push the big 30-pound rock right back to upright. And then right back down again. Bending at the knees, pressing back through the sitting bones so the arms can come down, the shoulder blades still on the back. And then conveniently, you can turn the hands over, put them about shoulder width apart. Like you're setting up a push-up position here, where you then can step right back into that push-up position, which in the sequence we'll call inclined plane. So you have a nice straightness of extension through the legs. Pelvis, rib cage, head, have a nice upward incline. Elbows are a touch broad, so we're not here with locked elbows. And while holding inclined plane, a little bend in the knees, a good press on into the hands and fronts of the feet there. Increase the strength work of being here by simply pressing into your base. Good. And lift the hips up, and then make a nice movement back to downward dog. Elbows are a touch broad again. Shoulder blades are away from the ears. And a nice downward forward press through the center palms of the hands out in front of you. A nice press up and back through the sitting bones as well, incorporating that same length through the spine you did in the wide leg stance a moment ago. Just settling into the ankles, letting the ankles flex a little bit, but not harshly pushing the heels down, and making sure you still keep a bend in the knees, so there's no locking of the knees there. All right, good. And then from there, down to the knees, and down to the ground. All right, good. We're coming down, face down on the floor here, into a prone position. And we can relax for just a moment. Although you won't see me relaxing my head down, or I'll switch the microphone. All right, good. So while we're here in the prone orientation, we'll do 3 movements right in a row. One is called prone mountain, then locust, and then cobra. So to set up prone mountain, with a face down mountain position, we'll lift the head up, turn to face the floor. Shoulders can lift up to the sides, hands can lift up to the sides, so the arm is at the side of the body. A little bend in the knees will bring the feet up, and a strong ankle flexion will have the feet parallel to the wall behind you. So it's almost like you were standing upright in the mountain position, and we just took that body alignment and tipped it face down on the floor. And now we're ready to start into locust. So take the pelvis, imagine the pelvis is having a center point, and just push it down into the floor, and lift the sternum up off the ground into locust. And down. Good, inhale up. As the pelvis presses down, sternum lifts up. Down. Good. Up. Ultimately clearing even the lowest ribs off the ground. Up. down. And one more time, up and hold. Where the pelvis presses down, sternum lifts up. Shoulders are at the side still. Shoulder blades are in what we call their home location on the back. They're not pulling together behind you, but they're just on the upper corners of the back. Good, and then come down. And then bring the hands up towards the chest this time to set up cobra. So elbows are out about 45 degrees away from the sides. Shoulder blades settled into their corners of the back. And then a press to the front of the pelvis again. A press to the hands that stabilizes the shoulder blades. And then coming up into cobra. Up. And down. And up. And down. And up and hold in cobra. And the cobra differs from locust in that this time the thighs have stayed on the ground. The pelvis is tipped backwards over the pubic joint, but you have not lifted the pelvis actually. A good press into the hands there, stabilizing cobra for a moment with a good balanced breath. Balanced shoulder blade alignment. And then come down. All right, from there, right over onto the backs then. And we'll run through a little series of positions on our back. Just starting first by letting everything relax for a moment there. Very good. And from there, we'll take our feet and we'll walk them up as close to the hips as they'll go. What we call a bridge position. So as best you can tell, you want your feet to be parallel, your thighs to be parallel here. And you can choose to just leave the arms out along the floor, a little bit away from your sides, or if it feels a little more stable to the arms, you can bend the elbows. So the elbows are down, the fingertips are up, putting the arm at a right angle, turning the palms to face toward the head end of your mat. Very good. So the whole leg structure here tries to stay parallel from the knees to the hips to the knees to the feet. All right, good. Find the soles of the feet again. Give a nice press evenly into the soles of the feet and lift the pelvis up into bridge and down. And up. And down. Good. 3 or 4 times, each time connecting with a nice balanced press to the feet. A lift of the pelvis that ultimately straightens through the hips. Good. Then up and hold the bridge, so it does feel like there's a true straightness between the rib cage, the pelvis, and the thighs. And even a sense of press out through the knees, like you're projecting that parallel nature of the thighs out through the knees and beyond to help create that nice extension ultimately through the hips. All right, good. And then come down. And then from there, bring the right knee up toward the chest. As you do even that simple little action, it should feel like the pelvis tips a little bit and flattens the lower back as you do that. All right, good. Now from there, keep that knee toward the chest and just pivot the foot up as though the foot was ready to hold the ceiling up. Notice my leg isn't straight here, but I've actually dropped the foot from the ceiling a little by bending the knee and hip, which ultimately will lead to a more stable leg here, if there was a resistance on the foot, which you're now going to imagine. So now for a moment, imagine a big piece of ceiling, maybe a 40-pound piece of ceiling coming down on your foot. And now find the sole of your foot and give a nice press into the foot. It's going to be a little challenge at first to get used to that idea of creating a resistance just with your mind. But the foot is being pressed into now strongly. The heel and the ball of the foot evenly. Your leg should feel stable and solid, like it could hold the ceiling up. And if there's a lot of muscle work going on the leg to do that. Good. Then from there, give upper body a little lift up. Grab the back of the thigh by interlacing the fingers behind the thigh. Bring that knee in closer to you then. And with the foot still ready to hold the ceiling up, a nice press up into the foot. Maybe 40 pounds of press. And a good strong pull down on the leg with the arms. Holding that for 5 to 10 seconds or so. And then switch. Right foot down. Left knee up toward the chest. Tipping the pelvis, flattening the lower back. And with that, the abdominals should feel like they're strong and engaged. The left foot then can pivot up to hold the ceiling up, flexing that ankle as though the sole of the left foot could hold the ceiling up and just give a press into that left foot, making it stable and strong for a moment. Here again, you have to imagine the surface like a piece of ceiling on your foot and you pressing into it strongly, pressing into your own bone structure here. And then lift up, grab that leg, bring it in closer to you. Shoulders again are away from the ears, nice bend in the elbows, and a good press up into the left foot. And a nice pull down with the arms upon the leg. Good solid pull that's giving that left hip a nice strong resistance to work against. Likewise, check that your shoulders are away from your ears. Very good. Back down. And back to bridge again, lifting into bridge again. You'll notice we come to frequent visits to bridge here. And the reason that is to give the big muscles at the front of the body that are working to hold the legs up in the air and bring them toward the chest to give them a break to lengthen to the front of the body, while the muscles that you might feel like the butt and the hamstrings working in the back of the body to then add the strength to the back of the body. Good, then come down. All right, now both knees can come up past the hips, pelvis tips, the lower back flattens, feet are flexed. Now imagine the wall at the end of your mat is coming, moving at you. If you can here, give a lift of your upper body, a little curl up to look right up between your feet. If need be, you're welcome to cradle your head with your hands here if that's needed to support the neck. And then take the right foot and push the wall straight up, and then switch, alternating back and forth. And you can think of your feet essentially moving on parallel pathways, just like they did in bridge. So the thighs and feet are pushing out and in, staying about hip width apart. And the mind is connected nicely to the whole foot, hopefully. So the heel, the ball of the foot, and even the pads of the toes are part of the footprint pushing out. And the other leg is coming strongly back in, flexing its ankle, getting ready to be the next pusher. All right, good. Back in, back to bridge. And lift into bridge again. All right, good. And come down. Now we're going to go to a similar starting point that leads to a wide leg position. I'm going to turn on my mat so you have a little bit better view of this position. All right, good. So now I'm going to bring both feet up again as though they were ready to push the wall away from you like we just did a moment ago. But this time imagine the side walls that come up against your thighs. Take your knees and push the side walls straight apart and come back in. And apart. And in. So this movement, as you do this 3 or 4 times, engages what's called the abduction, the wide leg strength down around the outside of the hip. And apart. And in. Good. Apart and hold. So there's a strong, straight sideways action of the thighs pushing against the end of the movement here. Meanwhile, the soles of the feet have stayed parallel to the wall in a V shape. Lift up toward the feet. Keep those feet parallel to the end wall. Notice that my feet are in a V shape like my thighs are. And then imagine a wall coming against your feet and just press into your feet solidly and strongly there with maybe 40 pounds of press, like you could stop the end wall from moving at you in a wide leg stance. Good. Back in. Back to bridge. Placing the feet back down to bridge. And lifting into bridge. And notice sometimes I might demonstrate bridge with my arms on the ground. Sometimes I might have my elbows bent. All right, good. And then come down. But in this sequence, try not to think of bridge being a movement where you lift to the point where you start pulling your shoulder blades together behind you. They just stay balanced in the broad corners of the back. All right, from here, let's go on to the ceiling now. Both knees can come up past the hips, but this time both feet now will come up to hold the ceiling up. And once again, keep the feet a little bit away from the ceiling so the knees and hips have a little bit of bend in them as the feet now make 2 strong legs that they're ready to hold the ceiling up. And similar to last time you were here, imagine the ceiling coming down on your feet and press into your feet solidly and strongly as though the 2 legs could stop a big 80-pound piece of ceiling from falling on you, using the sole of the foot and press into it to create that strength. And then lift the upper body up. And here you can choose. You can either grab the thighs if you want, or if you can do so without turning the leg, you can reach up and grab near the ankles and bring both legs now down closer to you, keeping the feet parallel to the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears, and then a good press up into the feet to hold the ceiling up, and a nice pull down with the arms again upon the legs, giving the 2 hips a good resistance to work against. And then back down. Good. Back to bridge. And lifting into bridge again. All right, and then come down. Now, both feet up again, ready to hold the ceiling up. I'm going to turn again on my mat so you can see a little bit better these next 2 movements. All right, good. So here we are. Both feet up, ready to hold the ceiling up. This time we'll change the image we're using a little bit. Instead of thinking of a big flat level ceiling up above you, perhaps you could think now you're underneath your own little personal dome, where there's a ceiling at every angle as you're lying under the top center of a dome. All right, so now as you take your legs, we're going to a wide leg stance again, pressing them strongly apart sideways, and then back in. All right, so this one, of course, is different because the legs are much more extended or straighter at the knees. And as you do this, it might feel like your feet start to go down different sides of that imaginary dome. They're going apart. They're starting to face off down at different angles. Good, apart and hold now. So press out into both feet now, like you can stop the opposite sides of that imaginary dome from falling in on you with two strong legs. And then lift up, grab the wide leg stance, either at the thighs or the ankles, and bring it down closer to you. And once you have, now take the soles of the feet, and imagine suddenly one flat ceiling does appear above you. Take the feet down and turn them to face straight up. That little sideways turn of the foot called inversion, where the foot turns from outward facing to upward facing. And then press straight up into both feet above you, as though they can hold one level ceiling up, and a nice pull down with the arms upon the legs. Good. Back in. Back to bridge. And lifting into bridge again. All right, good. And then come down. And now let's go to another twist move. I guess this will be our first twist movement for this class. Arms out, maybe 45 degrees or so away from the sides, maybe a little bit broader. Both feet up, ready to hold the ceiling up. All right, good. Now, once again, imagining you're underneath perhaps the image of a little personal dome above you. Take both legs now to the left and to the right. So now both legs are going from side to side as though they're going down one side of the dome and then coming up and heading down the other side of the dome. Go back and forth 3 or 4 times to each side, keeping both hands, both elbows, both shoulder blades on the ground. Ultimately go down toward parallel to the floor. Right, good. Now over to the right and hold. And as the feet have gone down some percentage of the way down the side of the dome, flex the ankles there, lift up toward the feet a little with the upper body, and press into both feet to make both legs stable and strong, as though they could stop the side of the dome from falling in on you. Good. Up and over to the other side. Taking the legs down the second side. Whatever angle it feels like you're going to be able to hold for a few seconds, lift up toward the feet a little with the upper body, and give a nice press to the feet to stop that side wall from moving at you. Good, back up, and back to bridge. A nice press to the feet again, and lifting into bridge again. Right, good, come down. We're going to flip back over onto our fronts, but before we do, let's do one last thing here on our backs. So now let's all take our arms, bend them to a right angle so the elbows are down. We'll turn of the forearm as the palms of the hands parallel to the wall behind your head. This is to set up what we might call a backlying elbow press. So remind your core, which is from the bottom of your pelvis to the top of your head, to stay put. It's not going to get pushed or arched around at all. Ribs don't get lifted up. The back doesn't arch. So your core stays still. Shoulder blades are nicely away from the ears in the home corner of the back. You now should be able to give a nice strong press down into both elbows there. And as you press into the elbows, it should feel like the shoulder blades are now being nice and snugly held to the upper back, proportional to how hard the elbows press. Good, and relax that press for the elbows. And then one more time, nice press down into the elbows, noticing how much musculature throughout the upper back and shoulder area is involved in simply allowing an elbow to press and then to stabilize the shoulder blade to the core of the body. Very good. And then relax that press. All right, from here then, let's flip over onto the fronts for another little sequence of movements on our front. All right, good. So, here we are. Let's set up prone mountain again. Face parallel to the floor. Shoulders up the sides, hands at the sides, and feet are up and flexed, parallel to the wall behind you. Very good. Repeat locust briefly, a press to the front of the pelvis, and lifting into locust, up and down, and up, and down, and up and hold in locust, pelvis pressing down, sternum lifting up, ankles are flexed. Now imagine the back wall again is coming, moving at you. See if you can press into your feet solidly and strongly back there. So the legs are strong, as though they can stop the back wall from moving at you. Once again, with a balanced press to the feet. And cobra one more time. Bringing the hands towards the chest. Elbows out, maybe 45 degrees or so. And then a press to the front of the pelvis. Nice press to the hands. Coming up into cobra. And down. And up. And down. And up and hold. In cobra. Press into the hands in front of you. Stabilize in cobra for a moment. Balance shoulder blade alignment. And then come down. Good. Maybe bringing the hands up under the chin for a moment to give the arms a little break. And then bringing the left leg up to a tall frog position here. Reaching back, grabbing that foot. And the knee straight in behind you. And then start to bring that heel up toward the back of the pelvis. Think of the heel aiming just to the outside of the sitting bone. And then at some point into that bending of the knee, a press to the front of the pelvis as well. Straighten through the hip. Eventually, I encourage people to think of like the little finger and the ring finger as being across the toes, so that you're even lengthening through the front of the toes there, the top of the toes as you do that. Now, for a second variation, we'll just take the foot, back it out a little bit, and then give a nice push back with the foot, and then pull with the arm against the pushing back foot. Now you're building quadricep strength here. Trying to straighten the knee, but the arm won't let it. It's giving it good resistance. Still, the pelvis can press down. Right, good. And switch. Other leg up, leg front. Reach it back, grabbing that foot back there. Tucking that knee in behind you. Bringing that heel toward the back of the pelvis again. Again, noticing how the big quadricep muscle group at the front of the thigh is relaxing and lengthening. At some point, also incorporate a press to the front of the pelvis, which involves straightening through the hip. And for a second, feel a little tight when you get asked to press the pelvis down there, so go easy on that so your body gets used to that. All right, good. Now back the foot out a little bit, and a nice push back with the foot until the leg wants to straighten back out, and the arm can give it a good resistance to push against. So the foot's pushing back, arms pulling in with plenty of bend in the elbow, a stable shoulder blade alignment, and still a press to the front of the pelvis as a hip extension as well. Good. Straighten the leg back up. All right, now we'll incorporate a couple other variations here. So this time we'll take both legs up like frog. And then this time we're going to do what's called put the legs in an adducted hip alignment. So I'll change my orientation again so perhaps you can see a little better here. So we're going to bring both legs bent like frog, and then bring the feet and knees together in the middle here. That's going to take a little inward strength for the legs. Keep the feet together. All right, good. Now we're going to lift into locust again with the legs bent in frog and held together in the middle. So a press to the front of the pelvis and lifting the sternum up into locust. Up and down. Good. Inhale up. Good. Press to the pelvis. Good. Lift the sternum up and down. And up. Hold for a moment. Pelvis pressing down. Sternum lifting up. And a little press up into the feet behind you. So the feet can lift the ceiling up. Right. Straighten the legs back out. Bring the arms up again one more time. And we'll do one more variation here for the legs, where both legs can come up like frog. And this time the feet and knees are together in the middle. This is a movement that is also called an internal hip rotation, where the front of the thighs turn inward towards each other. So imagine the walls, the side walls, have come up against the feet. Take the feet and push the walls apart. And back in. Apart, and in, and apart and hold. The knees are resisting in, while the feet press apart in the opposite direction, like they could push the side walls apart, and still the pelvis can press down toward the floor. So there's three components going on here: knees resisting in, feet pressing apart, pelvis pressing down. Good, and then back in. Straighten the legs back up. We'll do one last movement here in our fronts, which is a difficult movement and one that can be problematic for some people, but it's a good challenge for those of you who are used to doing some of these tougher sequences. So this is called the bow position. And again, if this is at all uncomfortable for your neck, your lower back, arms, etc., feel free to bow out for a moment. So in this movement, we'll bring both legs up like frogs, and they can be parallel again, about the width apart. Shoulders and hands are at the sides. Press into the pelvis like locust. Lift the sternum up. And if it's reasonable, you can grab one leg to bring it closer. Grab the other leg to bring it closer. But as you do, be sure the shoulder blades are still broad on the back. The elbows have plenty of bend to the outside. And then press to the front of the pelvis and lift the sternum up. And now press back with the shins and pull with the arms. So the pressing back of the legs gives the arms a good resistance to pull against, respecting shoulder blade alignment, still with the balanced breath. And then come down. Good. Right back over onto the backs. Just a couple more movements on the back. All right, good. So this time, once you're on the back, we'll take the legs out along the floor. And once they are, we'll flex the feet perpendicular to the floor. Give a nice little bend in the knees, as though there was enough space perhaps for a house cat to crawl right under the knees. And this is what we could call supine mountain, or the mountain position on your back. And from here, right knee now comes up toward the chest again, tipping the pelvis, flattening the lower back. Right foot up to hold the ceiling up, flexing that ankle up there. And a good press to the right foot, making the legs stable and strong to hold the ceiling up, and even a press to the left foot. That foot could stop the end wall from moving out, just getting the brain connecting to both legs to create stability at the same time. And then lift up the upper body, grab the right leg, either at the thigh or up near the ankle, and bring that leg in closer to you. And once you have, shoulders are away from the ears, nice press to the right foot, nice pull with the arms down upon the leg, holding that for 5 or 10 seconds. But also remember, if lifting up like this is hard on the upper back, you could always leave your upper back on the ground and just grab your thigh, leaving your head and neck on the ground. All right, good, let's switch. Right leg out along the floor, left knee up toward the chest, left foot up to hold the ceiling up. Flexing the left ankle and the right ankle for that matter, and pressing into both feet. Left one to hold the ceiling up, the right one to stop the end wall from moving at you. Now lift up, grab the left leg, bring it in closer to you again, either at the thigh or at the ankle. Upper back on the ground and grab the thigh. And then with shoulders away from the ears, nice press into the left foot solidly. Then pull down with the arms upon the leg again. Holding that for 5 or more seconds. Giving that left hip a good resistance to work against. And then switch. Good left leg out along the floor. Let's bring the right leg up again. Ready to hold the ceiling up. We'll do one more variation here from what I tend to call a split leg stance. This will be the twist variation. Right knee can come toward the chest, right foot up to hold the ceiling up again. This time take the arms out about 45 degrees. And just like the last twist, you're going to imagine the imaginary dome up above you and take the right leg across over toward the left and then bring it back up. Good, so 3 or 4 times again. Coming into a twist of the body. But keep both hands, both elbows, both shoulder blades on the ground. Common questions, what about the left leg here? Well, the left leg can turn sideways just like the right leg is. So it's your whole lower body turning sideways together. And then across and hold with the right leg. Now imagine that left wall at whatever angle the leg is moving at you. Lift up toward that right foot and press into it. Stop the right wall from moving at you. The left wall from moving at you. Lift the left leg up from below. Flex that ankle. Sole of that foot parallel to the end wall, so keeping it sideways. Good press to both feet. Good. And then back up and switch. Right leg out along the floor. Left knee up toward the chest. Left foot up to hold the ceiling up. Arms up maybe 45 degrees. And then taking the left leg across toward the right. And back up. And across. Hold with the left leg, heading down the right side of the dome. For a moment there. Keep it stable, flex the ankle, and lift up toward that left foot. A nice press to that foot to stop the right
right leg up from below. That leg can be sideways, just like the left leg. And press into that right foot down at the end of your mat to stop that wall from moving. You're still able to drive your left knee up past your hip. Good. And then back up and back to bridge. Nice. Press into the feet again and lifting into bridge again. All right, good. And then come down. And then legs out on the floor. This is going to be another what we call backline hip extension, like bridge, where you're going to be straightening through the hips. But this time it's going to be a lot tougher because your legs are out along the floor. But because there is that bend in your knees, your thighs have a little bit of upward angle, and we can lift and fill that with straightness here. So the very back of the heels are on the ground, and now press so strongly through the backs of the heels that you can lift the entire pelvis up off the ground, almost as though you're clearing enough room for a squirrel to crawl right under your sacrum at the back of your pelvis. Heels pressing down, pelvis lifting up, and probably noticing especially the hamstrings working at the back of the thighs, but also the muscle behind the butt working as well. Good, and then come down. And then walking the feet up toward bridge for one last movement on our backs. Lift the left leg up, press the outside of the left heel over to the right thigh. Putting that heel then somewhere between the knee and the hip. I'll turn sideways again so you can see this one a little bit better. So the heel crosses over to the thigh, and the heel can be anywhere between the knee on down to the hip. But don't add that component of bringing the knee toward the hip if it's at all problematic for the knee or hip, especially on that crossed over knee there. All right, good. So now lift the upper body toward the legs. Pick the right foot up and start moving the right knee toward the chest. Some point into that, take the left knee and start pressing it away from the chest. So the knees are moving in opposite directions. The body's holding a strong flexion towards itself. And the left knee presses away from the chest, creating an external hip rotation on the left side. And then down. And then switch. Right leg can lift up. Cross over to the left thigh. Putting that heel somewhere down the thigh between the knee and the hip again. Lift to the upper body toward the legs. The left foot up, starting to move the left knee toward the chest, and then starting to press the right knee away from the chest, creating that external hip rotation again on the right side, and then back down. Good. And one last time for now. A balance press to the feet, and lifting the bridge. All right, good. And then come down. From there, we'll head back over onto our fronts. And then you can make your way all the way up to all fours here. So what we call kneeling table. All right, good. So kneeling table. The arms out in front a little bit. The middle finger straight ahead. And we're going to go from downward dog to an inclined plane or a push-up position here, where we'll hold and do 3 or so push-ups. So lifting the knees up, a nice push. Back to downward dog then. So good push down and forward through the hands. A nice press up and back through the sitting bones there. So nice length through the spine. Very good enough. Like a swimmer, ready to push off the wall. Stabilize your heels. Bend the ankles, knees, and hips. Like the legs are coming down, ready to push. And then just give a nice push out to an inclined plane here. Elbows are a touch broad. A good lift of the pelvis, rib cage, and face. And a nice press to the hands and fronts of the feet there. Back to downward dog. And then again, a nice push from downward dog right up to inclined plane. You're ready for push-ups here. You're free to come down onto your knees if you prefer, or keep the knees lifted. But in either case, there should be a nice straightness from the head to the rib cage to the pelvis to the knees. So, lowering the core of the body towards parallel to the floor, whether you're on your knees or not. And then a good push. Right back up. More times, lowering the core of the body towards the floor. And then this push. Back up. And one more time. Down. And up. Alright, good. Back to downward dog. Down to the knees. And down to the elbows now. What's called elbow dog. Alright, good. So the forearms are parallel. Shoulder width apart, middle finger straight ahead. Curl the toes under. This movement, you're going to lift your knees up and let everything tip forward a little bit, out toward the hands. Again, this is called elbow dog. So press the forearms down from elbows to hands. Keep the shoulders pressed back away from the ears. Lift the knees up. And letting everything tip forward then out toward the arms. And press into the forearms now from elbows to hands. Keeping the face and sternum lifting up. Nice lift up through the sitting bones. And a good balanced breath. And then come down. All right, good. Back up to kneeling table. Now we're going to go 2 times from downward dog to upward dog. And then we'll head up to standing. So curl the toes under, lift the knees up, back to downward dog. Upward dog is, we're going to be in a position that looks like cobra, suspended off the ground. So something like cobra is a little questionable for your lower back. Upward dog can often be a little bit more stressful, so use your judgment here with upward dog. Now, nice push to incline plane again. Elbow stable, good lift of the sternum, and then to upward dog. So the pelvis is going to come down toward the floor, the sternum stays lifting up. Nice press to the hands in front of the feet. Back to downward dog. And again, forward incline plane one more time. And then to upward dog. Once again, a good press to the hands in front of the feet. Back to downward dog. And here you can either walk, step, hop, or even jump back to a wide leg stance, and right back up to mountain again. All right, so here we go. We're going through 1 round of standing positions to end. Feet are parallel, thighs are parallel again. Think of that mountain position where the legs are straight ahead. And then keeping the left foot and left knee straight ahead, we'll step the right leg back. Foot is about a 45 or so degree angle to the right leg. You can think of the heel pretty much splitting the foot in half back there. Nice little bend in the knees, one knee straight ahead with that foot, the other knee bent with the back foot. So both knees and feet are at the same angles as each other. All right, good. Give you an image of strength to your upper body. Maybe imagine a nice 40-pound wooden yoke that's come lowering from the ceiling right onto the top of your shoulders. All right, good. So you can kind of think of it as one of those yokes that comes around to the front, so you're not trying to reach back and pull your shoulders together. You're just imagining a heavy weight on your shoulder girdle to keep your core upright and your arms relaxed but strong. And it gives you an image of something to square up as well. So here you're going to square up that imaginary yoke. In other words, your hands are going to square up to the front of the mat, not in a way that twists the back leg. The back knee stays out with the back foot. And then press down into the soles of your feet here, what we call upright triangle. This is a triangle leg position, and the core is upright. So you're pressing strongly to the soles of the feet in upright triangle. And now as you push off the back foot, guide the front knee down into warrior. And push back up to triangle. Nice push off the back foot to upright warrior. Back to upright triangle. All right, good. And then down and hold an upright warrior. And once again here, a nice strong press into the soles of the feet to build strength in the legs. While holding warrior. And then back up. All right, good. Now bring the hands down, give the arms a break for a moment. And here we'll have a couple other images you're going to imagine doing here as we incorporate those images into these yoga positions. So we'll imagine we have 2 pails of sand, one on each side of your heel, about 10 pounds apiece. And now as we go down into warrior, bring that knee out a touch past the ankle and then bend at the left hip without pulling the knee back. And come down and imagine grabbing those 10-pound pails. Press into the left foot strongly and imagine pushing you and your little 10-pound pails back to upright triangle. And then we'll lower them down again through warrior. That's what we call warrior lunge, out over the legs to leave your little pails there. And then if I stay out over my leg, I just shift the leg back to triangle here with the pointed foot of triangle. Now I'm in a triangle lunge. So the leg's much straighter, but not locked at the knee. Grab 2 more imaginary pails of sand, press through the left foot, and imagine lifting those little pails of sand right back to upright triangle. And then right back down, bending at the left hip. Just like way back at the beginning of class, as you bend, press back through the sitting bones and extend out through the head so your core has a nice extension as you come down to put your little pails there. All right, good. Come all the way back to upright. Well, imagine we have two lawnmowers now that are hanging from the ceiling. Come down to warrior. Now we have to go the reverse of what we usually do. We're going to pull our lawnmowers hanging from above. So this gives you an image of something to pull while reaching up. So a little spinal extension curves the back, but as you reach up, keep your shoulders down from the ears and the forearms parallel. It's a balanced reach, a nice press to the feet below you. Imagine a good strong pull. 8 pounds of pull straight down. Good stable shoulder blades behind you. Push back up. Back to mountain. And one more leg to do. So giving the right foot and knee straight ahead, the left leg can step back now to a side stance. Bend the knees again, line the knees up with the feet. Imagine squaring your imaginary yoke up to the front of the mat with shoulders relaxed. Bend the knees and press down into the feet strongly there. Making the legs stable and strong, upright triangle. And now as you push off the back foot, guiding the knee to warrior. Back to triangle. Go down to warrior, upright warrior. Back up to triangle. All right, go down to upright warrior and hold. Good press into the feet strongly there. And back up. All right, good, bring the hands down. Coming down to warrior. Up to a warrior lunge. Imagine grabbing 2 10-pound pails of sand. Let's press to the right foot. And a nice push all the way back to upright. And then back down through warrior. Up to a warrior lunge. To leave the little pails there. And shift that leg back to triangle then. The pointed foot of triangle. It's much straighter but not locked. And as you're grabbing the 2 pails again, with a nice press to the right foot. And good lift. Up and out of triangle. Lunge back to upright. And then right back down. Bending at the right hip. Keep that press back through the sitting bones. Nice extension through the head as well. As you bring your tails right back down. Put it back up. Last movement here again, I reach up with the imagined pull. So nice push off the back foot, coming into warrior there. And then a little spinal extension up. And as the hands reach up, keep the shoulders down from the ears, the forearms parallel. So it's a balanced reach that doesn't bring the shoulder blades up with the neck. A nice press with the feet. Imagine 80 pounds of pull needed here. Good strong imagined pull with the arms. And as the elbows go behind you, shoulder blades strongly into the arms to the back. I'll push back up. Back to mountain. All right. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.